Yo, what's going on, guys? It's G Miners here, and in this video we are going over the brand new dungeon, Spire of the Watcher. There will be chapters to each part of the dungeon guide below, so if you guys do want, you can skip around. And as always, if you guys enjoy this video and the guide helps you out, make sure to drop a like and sub down below. Starting with the entrance, when you guys load in, your objective is going to be to open a giant vault door in the middle of the arena. To do this, you need to power it up by completing 4 arc node circuits, and to do that, you are going to need to shoot each node within a circuit in the correct order. First and foremost, you are going to need to kill a conduit minotaur. These guys will randomly spawn around the arena, and if you don't see them spawning, just make sure to kill all the other adds. Upon killing a minotaur, they are going to drop an arc pool, which will then give you the Arctician status effect when you stand in it. At this point, you are now going to be able to shoot the nodes within the conduit circuits, and shooting each node will add additional time to your timer, which is super nice. The order that you actually need to shoot these in is going to be furthest from the vault door, and then just follow the line, eventually shooting the one at the vault door last. Basically, think of it as you bringing the electricity to the door to power it up, and like I said, you will need to do this 4 times in total for this door to open. When the door opens up, you are going to want to drop down the ramp and then follow the jumping puzzle like I do. I'm going to let this play out with just a few jump cuts here and there, and keep in mind that we might have wandered around from time to time, as this was my first ever clear trying to figure things out. If you guys want, you can watch the full path, otherwise just feel free to skip along and move towards the first encounter. When you end up getting to the Ares Spire load zone, this will be your first place to rally and also a darkness zone. So this is the start of the first encounter. You are going to want to jump out of the large window up to the right-hand platforms to get up to the start of the encounter. When you get up to this first area, adds should appear, one of them also being a conduit minotaur. For this entire first encounter, we are basically doing the exact same thing as the entrance, just in a slightly different layout. All you want to do is kill the minotaur that spawns, hop into the arc pool they drop, and then start shooting the nodes in order until they connect at the final location. The first node that you want to shoot is typically right where the minotaurs spawn, and you tend to just follow the yellow wires, hitting more nodes along the way, and then bring it halfway around the spire. You will also see that the wires turn blue and become charged with arc energy if you connect in the right order. And I will mention that if you seem to shoot out of order, it doesn't mess anything up. The order thing might not even fully matter, but you do just want to make sure all are shot and connect to the final destination. There are going to be 2 sets of wires to follow on each and every level of this spire, so make sure to have 2 players doing this while somebody else just ad clears. And then when both connect to the final location, an elevator should start up and bring you up to the next level. Finishing up the 3rd and final level will then activate one final lift, and you will complete the encounter. From here, you just need to climb up and out of this window on the scaffolding. There is a lever to pull, and then just jump up until you reach the first boss. To complete this encounter, all you need to do is once again kill minotaurs, gain the Arctician effect, and then connect 4 lines. Minotaurs will randomly spawn on 2 of the 4 available catwalks around the arena. These lines are now going to start at the middle nodes, and you must bring them all the way out to the fuel rods at the end of each catwalk. Once again, there are 4 of these in total, so you must do this to all 4 of them, where the text prompt "all fuel rods activated" will appear. This signals that you are going to start a damage phase. Damage will start where the last fuel rod was activated, and the Harpy boss will then come to your location. To start damage, shoot all of the Harpy's eyes, and then you will be able to bring the boss's health down to 50% in a perfect damage phase. From here, the boss will explode, pushing players off the map when it eventually reaches the center again, so make sure not to be too close to the boss as you will die, or too close to the edge of the map because you can also fall off. Just repeat these steps to complete the encounter, then drop in the middle of the arena to progress. When you drop down, you are going to need to progress by once again shooting wires, but this time they are going to be red. This is not an encounter, but rather an in-between phase. Kill all the adds to spawn in a Minotaur, like we've been doing in previous encounters, and then with this Arctrician effect, you are going to need to shoot more nodes. Red wires and their nodes only need to be shot once, you don't follow their pathing, however, they need to be shot in a correct order. To my knowledge, this order is just in a row. You should notice that the nodes and wires kinda spawn around a room, so we would just make sure to shoot them in a rotational order. The other way that this could work is that all might just need to be shot in a certain amount of time, but it felt like certain nodes we shot would instantly fail things. I could be slightly wrong here, but again, this is my first time running and sprinting through things. After doing this, you are going to drop down, then in a second room, you will do the exact same thing, drop down again, and you will reach the final room. Here, there are 4 nodes around the room and 1 in the very center, which can be slightly hard to find. And then after doing this, drop down in one of the corners of the room and you are on to the final boss fight. In this final fight, things are actually pretty simple, but just combine some old and new mechanics. To start, kill the Hydras that spawn in, along with any trash adds, and then Minotaurs should spawn on both sides of the arena. Kill them and grab the Arctrician effect. From here, shoot all 4 red nodes in the center of the room you are in, and then at the top of the main door, and this will open that larger door. After this, there will be a set of yellow wires and nodes on each side of the arena. You need to start in the spawn room and transfer the electricity by shooting nodes to the main room where the reactor is. Doing this to both wires, again, 1 on each side, will then cause a reactor meltdown. You do need to make sure the boss is in the room when you start this, and he will become stationary at the reactor while your team can get out. Then you need to shoot the 4 red nodes again, followed by the door node to close the door. This locks the boss in the reactor room and allows your team to stun him, making him vulnerable. From here, just DPS the boss as much as you can, and that's literally it. For multiple phases, just rinse, wash, and repeat. And note, this guy is someone who actively moves around, so laments or rockets are going to be your best bets. After killing him, you will complete the dungeon. Let me know your thoughts on Spire of the Watcher in the comments below, along with your favorite encounter. I do also stream a bunch over on Twitch where we do lowmans and speedruns live. A link to that and my Discord server are both in the description below. Anyways, that's all for this video, guys. As always, have a good one. Peace.